So today I'm giving you 10 tips, rules in skincare. As you know, I have been experimenting with luxury skincare and beauty products for the last 25 years. It's been a little frustrating sitting back and observing all these incorrect and so wrong tips. And it's kind of difficult to watch at this point, so I decided to compile a list of 10. Hi, I'm Desi Stark and welcome to my channel where we talk about luxury skincare, beauty, and lifestyle products. Let's start with the first one. Skincare is very custom. I would say be a skeptic when it comes to skincare. Just because something is viral does not make it suitable for you. If you do want to learn from people that actually look younger than their age. It's always funny to me when a 32 or 35-year-old comes out and gives you everybody. It doesn't really matter if they're a dermatologist or an MD or just a regular person, but when you're 35, you should not be giving people anti-aging advice because you look 35. Come back when you're 50, and if you look anything even remotely similar to the way that I look, then yeah, okay, I'll listen to you. So you should be probably seeking products and advice from people that are similar to you, or talk extensively and inclusively when it comes to climate, when it comes to skin type, when it comes to problems, issues, if it's anti-aging or discoloration, pigmentation, wrinkles, and etc. One thing to remember, skincare anywhere in the world is actually not a regulated industry. So there's no authority that actually regulates what comes into a product, what ingredients are actually into a product. So when it comes to putting labels on skincare like clean, natural, organic, medical grade, I think when it comes to medical grade skincare, we've gotten to a point that we are realizing now, I've been saying this for 10 years, but most of us are realizing now, okay, this is just a marketing term, right? There's no such thing as medical grade. The term does not exist. By that token, actually, biologique recharge, or most of the biologique recharge products are, in fact, medical grade. Number two, I would suggest if you want to have a minimalist or a very kind of simple routine, I always suggest that you pick one good cleanser, and you can use it in the morning, you can use it twice at night to double cleanse, and then you should probably have at least one serum. The serum is actually the one that contains the active ingredient. So whatever you want to repair, whatever you're seeking to make better or improve, it will be probably achieved by your serum. And then you should also have a good moisturizer to top it off, and then always a sunscreen. This is the most basic that it gets. Now, my skincare routine is 9 to 12, sometimes 14 different steps, but I have a lot of needs. So I actually include a lot of different serums. You really don't have to, especially if you're in your 20s or early 30s and you don't have a lot of issues. You can actually simplify your routine, but it should be at least 4 products: cleanser, serum, moisturizer, sunscreen. It doesn't get any more basic than this. Now, I've heard about this trend that they called skin fasting. Yeah, this is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard. Actually, what they're trying to achieve is to reset their skin or give their skin a break. Your skin is an organ of your body, so you need to feed your skin just like you're feeding your body, the rest of your body, just like you're consuming food. So the least amount of products that you should have is actually a sunscreen. So I'm not understanding why would you go 30 days without applying any skincare products. This is just, unfortunately, idiotic. Also, I saw this trend on TikTok that it's encouraging people to not wash their hair for 30 days. This is, to me, the equivalent of not changing your underwear for 30 days. I mean, that's absolutely absurd. Please do not do that. This is the stupidest trend that I've ever actually heard, in addition to the one that you do with the skin fasting. That's just absolutely idiotic. Number 3, I would suggest that you look at the expiration date of every product, and usually the expiration date is posted on the label or on the box or the jar somewhere, especially when we're talking about skincare. And same with makeup, but the rules with powder makeup are slightly different. I know I have eyeshadow palettes, for example, that I have, for 2, 3, 4 years. I think I declutter after that, but nothing's wrong with them, so I don't throw them out. But with skincare and liquid makeup like foundations or primers and etc., I would suggest that you abide by the expiration date, especially when it comes to skincare. Now, most probably nothing's going to happen to you. You're probably not gonna have a sensitivity or an allergic reaction if your product has spoiled, but the probability of that product not being effective anymore, it's probably very, very, very high. Open a jar of cream or your serum whenever you're ready to use it, because most of those usually do expire after 12 months. A little note here on clean and natural skincare. Again, marketing terms for me, but when it comes to natural and clean skincare, most of those do not use or shy away from using synthetic preservatives. And that's actually kind of a big concern for me, because if you don't have synthetic preservatives in your product, then it will spoil very, very, very quickly. As much as I love Chantecaille, for example, because it's a clean brand, most of their products actually expire within 3 to 6 months. And I have eyeshadow palettes and blushes and etc. that I've had for 2 years and I can no longer use them. And that's predominantly because the preservatives that they use are very, very minimal, so the product doesn't stay fresh for a very, very long time. If you want to save your money, buy products that have a longer shelf life and do contain synthetic preservatives. Yeah, let's talk about skincare trends, because there's some ridiculous ones out there. There's some valid ones like slugging, for example. I think I've spoken about slugging before. So slugging occurs when you occlude a very active ingredient with an ointment. In a way, you prevent from the product to escape the surface of your face, and thus your product will be a little bit more potent. Now, if you're not an experienced person when it comes to skincare and your skin has not gone through a lot of active ingredients and it hasn't endured a lot of active ingredients, then I probably shy away from a trend like slugging. But there's so many other ridiculous trends out there, like pore strips. I don't know why people still do that, by the way. There's thousands and thousands of products that can remove your pores. Why would you do a strip? It's pretty much the equivalent of attaching scotch tape to your face and pulling it out. Definitely no on pore strips. Or I'm hearing some people are vacuuming their pores. I mean, why would you do that? That's kind of insane, actually, when you think about it. Why would you vacuum your pores? Your pores actually serve a purpose. Your pores release oil, and oil is actually good for your face. Now, most people want to diminish their pores, but your pores will never ever disappear. I know a really big topic has also been snail mucin and the benefits of snail mucin. If that rocks your boat, yes, sure, there's some benefits to snail mucin. It hydrates, it has a very, very little of the signal peptide, but with so much good skincare out there today, in the times that we live in, why would you put snail mucin on your face? Just the name snail mucin actually is a big turn off for me. So this is one that I probably wouldn't do. I know that it's a very kind of an inexpensive way of incorporating that into your skincare, but there's other inexpensive skincare out there that it's most probably better than snail mucin. So that's kind of a big no for me, but I think that's more of a personal choice. As I mentioned previously, skincare is very, very personal and it should be very, very custom. So here's my suggestion to everyone. Experiment. Experiment, experiment, experiment with skincare. You have to go through a lot of different products to see which one is right for you. I do suggest that when you're listening and taking advice from anyone, including your dermatologist, especially your dermatologist, you want to make sure that they have the point of reference. Dermatologists usually do not have a point of reference because they haven't experimented with a lot of skincare. They haven't used a lot of skincare. And unfortunately, in skincare, we're not that advanced yet. You have to go through a lot of products, or you have to talk to someone who's gone through a lot of different products so they can tell you, oh, okay, this is your skin type, okay, this is your age, okay, this is what your issues are. These are the products that are going to work for you. I hear some quite honestly embarrassing advice from dermatologists, and it's specifically because, once again, they don't have the point of reference. I do recommend that you take advice from even YouTubers, actually, even people on YouTube in social media, but you do want to make sure that when someone has 10 million subscribers and just talks about skincare based on the ingredients in the label, that doesn't make them more knowledgeable. They don't have the point of comparison still. So you want to make sure that you're talking to people who actually have experimented with a lot of skincare, or you do it on your own. Sunscreen. As I mentioned before, I do suggest that you wear sunscreen all the time, just because UVA rays cause photoaging, and in the long run they will contribute to skin aging, wrinkles, sagging, lines, pigmentation, and dark spots. But here's the trick with sunscreen. I see a lot of very big people in social media mixing their sunscreen with foundation or with a primer, or don't do that. Once you start mixing your sunscreen with any other product, it completely destroys the sunscreen. So it becomes ineffective because it destabilizes the UV protection, the molecule of the SPF. Also, one big mistake to avoid. I have seen people who think that if you have SPF 15 in your primer and then you have SPF 15 in your foundation, usually 15 plus 15 is 30. So they're thinking, okay, I'm applying SPF 30 on my face. This is funny math. SPF 15 plus SPF 15 in this case is still SPF 15. So I always recommend apply a separate sunscreen product, minimum of SPF 30 I would recommend, and then if your primer and your foundation have additional SPF, well, that's just a little bonus on top. Use a separate towel when it comes to your face. That's what I do. I usually don't want to mix all the dead skin cells that I'm shedding from my body. I really don't want to put them on my face. I always have a separate smaller towel that is dedicated just for my face, not for my hands, not for my body, just for my face. The next one is kind of a big one. We still don't have any miracles in skincare, unfortunately. So you have to give your product a chance. I hear sometimes from people, well, I tried it for 2 weeks and it doesn't do anything. Well, number one, what do you want your product to do? Because if you expect your product to repair your wrinkles and you only apply it for 2 weeks, that's not going to happen. You need to turn over your cells a few times, anywhere between 2 and 6 times, so you can actually see some kind of a wrinkle repair. Your cells turn over at a rate of anywhere between 25 to, let's say, 45 days. The earliest that you would see, or you should see, a result from your skincare product when it comes to wrinkle repair or discoloration or hyperpigmentation or sagging or any of those more drastic visible changes is probably 3 months. I would maybe go down to 2 months, but 2-3 months. And if you come to me and if you tell me, Desi, I used this product for 2 weeks and it completely removed my wrinkles, that's absolutely incorrect. This is probably based just on hydration, because hydration would plump up your skin, but it's a temporary sensation. You didn't repair anything. If I take a little glass and I go outside in my garden and I fill it up with dirt, and if I apply it on my face, I keep it on my face for about 15 minutes, I will see a change in my face. So whatever you put on your skin, you will see an immediate change, but is it the one that you want? And it's most probably temporary. So going back to your products, give your products a chance. I would say 2-3 months is probably the soonest that you would see any significant result, or even actually minimal result. For example, retinoids or retinol that's the most researched ingredient in skincare. When I started with retinoids, I did not see any change for a whole year. It happens obviously gradually, and it happens a lot of time, because if I'm looking to repair sagging or wrinkles or any of that, that means that I need to have more volume, or my cells have to divide a little bit quicker so I can have more cells, and that is not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a week or 2 weeks or even 3 weeks. You need to give it months and months. Less is more. That rule does not apply in skincare. More is more in skincare, and simply because, once again, we don't have a product in skincare that will give you absolutely everything that you need. For example, at this age, and for the last 7, 8 years, 10 years, I have been trying to reverse signs of aging, or at least prevent wrinkles, lines, fine lines, sagging, hyperpigmentation, darkness, puffiness, dark circles. There's so much, and you can really put all of these ingredients, well, not yet, hopefully in the next 5-10 years someone will come up with the magical science that will be able to put all these things, all these fixes into one product. But for now, you don't have that. And in order to have the ingredients that you need to repair or maintain your skin the way that it is for a prolonged amount of time at the right concentration level, because unfortunately you can have multiple ingredients in one product, but are they at the right concentration level? If they're at the minimal concentration level, they're not going to be effective, so they're not going to work. So that's why we pile different products. That's why I sometimes use 4, 5, 6 different serums, because there's so many different things that I need to pile up on my skin, so I can repair everything that I want to repair on my face. And the last one that I want to mention is be consistent with your routine. Be consistent with cleansing your face properly. I have to tell you, I was thinking about that the other day, but I can say with 100% certainty that I have never ever gone to sleep without washing my face. Even if you have the same routine in the morning and at night, be consistent with it. Don't skip it. And these are some of the skincare rules that I wanted to mention today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.